B-U-G, B-U-G. Come and find some bugs with me. B-U-G, B-U-G. Come and find some bugs with me. Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Becker again. B-U-G. Those are the letters that spell the word bug. Bug is the common word for insect. If you're outside and you see a little insect or a critter, you don't stop and say, hey, there's an insect. Usually you'll say, hey, there's a bug. Or if you know the name of the bug, you might call it by its name, like, hey, there's a ladybug. So today, Mrs. Becker would like to talk to you about bugs. I have a story to read to you about bugs. The title of our story is I Love Bugs. Look, it's not a question mark today. It's an exclamation point. An exclamation point shows lots of excitement. The character in this story wants you to know that she really loves bugs. I love bugs. Yes. Today's story is written by Philemon Sturges, and it is illustrated by Sherry Halpern. Look at all of the different insects or bugs around the character. Do you find a insect or bug that you recognize? I see so many of them. Oh, look, there's even a teeny tiny ant right on top of her head. It looks like the character is dressed to go on an adventure. I wonder, could she or he be going on a bug adventure? Maybe a bug hunt? Let's open up. First, I'd like to look at the end pages. I don't want to look at the story right away. I want to look at the end pages. I'm going to have to fold it because it's difficult to see it all at once. On the end pages, boys and girls, it's going to show us each of the bugs that we'll come in contact with or we'll see in our story. Oh, there's a woolly bear. A woolly bear is a caterpillar. I think we found a woolly bear in the fall. There's that dragonfly that we talked about the other day from our magazine. And a grasshopper. This worm-like creature, this insect, is called a millipede. And actually, a millipede isn't really an insect. It's kind of more like a bug, more like a worm, because millipede comes from the meaning that it has many, many legs. Here is a beetle. A beetle is an insect. Do you remember the 4 things that all insects have to have? Do you remember? All insects have to have 6 legs, antenna, 3 parts of the body, the head, the middle, and the end. And then also, all insects have 2 eyes. So that millipede is not a real insect. Here is a water bug, a butterfly, a caterpillar, a spider, and a bee. Remember, a spider is not a true insect because it has 8 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd like to also look at the end pages at the back of our book because we'll see more bugs as we go along. Here is an ant, There's the praying mantis from our other story, the magazine. This is called a cicada. It's a bug that comes out in the summertime. Here is a deer fly and a moth. Moth is a butterfly type that comes out at night. Here is a cricket. It looks a lot like a grasshopper. A friendly ladybug. A firefly. Do you see fireflies flicking their light at nighttime in the summer? This is called a Luna moth. And here's a funny one. This is a baby sister dressed up as a ladybug. Boy, am I curious now. I'm curious to know what the story is about with all of those different insects. Let's open up our book and see what it's about. I love bugs. I want to make sure you can see all the pages. I might move back a little bit. Bugs, bugs, bugs. I like bugs. Look, there she is, all dressed up. She has a camera and her backpack and her special adventure hat. She's ready to go out and have an adventure. Look, even her cat is playing with a little bug. It looks like a little ladybug to me. What do you think? Bugs that creep, bugs that crawl. A creeping bug, a crawling bug, bugs that hop or fly. I love to find them under rocks. See, she's lifted up the rock and underneath are some beetles. Or watch them in the sky. She's found a butterfly, and so has the kitten. These bugs paddle. This one weaves. Spider weaves a web. Some make honey, some chew leaves. Look at our girl, our character in the book. She's writing things down. Often, when you want to remember things, you write them down and maybe draw a picture so that later on, when she goes inside, she can remember the different insects or bugs that she saw. Some bugs burrow underground. Burrowing, boys and girls, is to dig tunnels under the ground. Others swoop and buzz around. This one's like a this one's like a bit of bark. Here is the bark of a tree. And do you see how this moth kind of blends in? Remember, we've called that camouflage. That protects it from getting eaten by a bird or another animal that comes by. This one's like a twig. The praying mantis is staying so still so it's not seen. Cicadas buzz a summer song. Crickets dance a jig. I like bugs that blink at night. There's the fireflies lighting up or flutter around the back porch light. This Luna moth, when it gets close to a light, its wings almost look like they're glowing in the dark because they're so see-through almost that the light seems to light that moth right up. But the bug I like best of all, it's a ladybug. She loves to crawl. There's a real ladybug, but she likes the sister ladybug. There she is taking more pictures. Bugs, bugs, bugs. I love bugs. What a wonderful adventure she had. I love the way she kept finding bugs that did different things and had different colors. There are thousands and thousands of different kinds of bugs all over the world. We can find many different kinds just in our own yard. Boys and girls, I would like to share a poem with you. Remember, a poem tells about sometimes the words rhyme and sometimes they don't. Our poem today does not rhyme, but it talks all about bugs. The name of our poem is I Like Bugs. And can you see here on each of the different parts, I have a picture to go along with it. That will help us to know what words say. Okay, I'm going to read the poem and then we can read it together using the pictures. I like bugs. Big bugs, little bugs, green bugs, red bugs. I like bugs. You see, on each of the sentence strips, there's different bugs. Don't you think it's clever the way the word little is very small and then it shows little bugs. And the word big is written very big and it has big bugs. Boys and girls, Mrs. Becker sent a copy of this poem home to your grown-ups. They might have been able to print it out or maybe they wrote it down for you. But when you get your poem, it's going to look sort of like this. But you will only see the words. You are going to be the illustrator for your poem. A grown-up at your home, or maybe a big brother or sister, will help you to read what the words say, and then you can illustrate next to it to show what those words say. I like bugs. I drew a bunch of bugs. Big bugs. There's a big ladybug. Little bugs. There's a teeny tiny bug. Green bugs. I drew a green worm. Red bugs. I drew a red ladybug. And then again it says, I like bugs. And it shows that exclamation mark, that one that says we're very excited about bugs. I would like you to read it with me, letting the pictures help you know what the words say. Read along with me. I like bugs. Big bugs, little bugs, green bugs, red bugs. I like bugs. Very good, boys and girls. Very good. Now it's your turn. You're going to take your poem and find some crayons or markers and do your illustrations so that you can be the illustrator. Then you can take your poem and hang it up someplace where you can find it. And every once in a while, you can read your poem, letting the pictures help you remember the words. Read again with me one more time before we say goodbye today. Are you ready? I like bugs. Big bugs, little bugs, green bugs, red bugs. I like bugs. Very good. Nicely done today. Maybe you can take a picture or bring your bug poem to our next Zoom meeting so that Mrs. Becker can see all the cool bugs you drew. Until we get together again, Mrs. Becker's going to say goodbye. Thanks for joining me.